It is sometimes overlooked that the vast majority of NDI staff worldwide are host country nationals. That's certainly true in NDI's Ukraine office in Kyiv, which opened 30 years ago in 1992. Ukraine was the first country office NDI established in the Eurasia region and has long been one of our most active offices anywhere in the world. For 3 decades, NDI has stood with the Ukrainian people through the early challenges of transition in the 90s, through 2 revolutions, and now as Russia attempts to destroy the country and its people through war. The fortitude and resolve of the Ukrainian people in the face of unspeakable violence and hardship has inspired us all. As Madeleine said, and Alice reminded us of it earlier tonight, what is happening in Ukraine is a reminder of both democracy's fragility and resilience. Tonight we've chosen to honor their struggle, first by featuring someone special within the NDI family, a woman who's been the bedrock of our Kyiv office for almost 30 years, Oksana Shysh. Oksana has been engaged in Ukraine's civic and political life from the earliest days of democracy. She joined the office in June of 1993 and has mentored hundreds of staff through her 30 years of progress. As Senior Director for Administration since 2018, she's not only been a bedrock of institutional memory, but has dedicated herself to the emotional and physical well-being of the NDI Ukraine team through the pandemic and now through war. Her son serves under arms on the front lines of the war. As so many Ukrainian mothers and fathers must endure these days, bravery and commitment has been consistent themes in Oksana's life, as you will hear directly tonight. Oksana, we are honored to call you a member of the NDI family. We salute you. We love you. And we are profoundly grateful for your service to NDI and to your country. We send our hopes and prayers to your family and everyone in Ukraine, giving everything they have to secure Ukraine's freedom and democracy. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Oksana Shysh.
Thank you, Senator Deschel, for that kind introduction, and thank you, NDI, for inviting me to speak on behalf of the Ukrainian people who are fighting for all NDI has been standing for around the world: democratic values, freedom, sovereignty, and integrity. It's a great honor to represent here the entire NDI Ukraine team, who are all passionate, talented, and dedicated advocates for democracy. My path to democracy began in 1991 when I started to work at the People's Movement of Ukraine, known as RUH, the first opposition political party in the Soviet Union. My commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and democracy drew me to NDI in 1993, when there were only 3 staff. Nowadays, we are the biggest office in Eurasia, and I'm so proud to be a part of its growth and success. We paid a very high price for our democratic aspirations. While during the Orange Revolution in 2004 and 10 years later, during the Revolution of Dignity, whilst I spent every evening in Maidan Square providing food and warm clothing for the huge crowds that gathered. Despite threats and violence, the spirit of democracy was in my heart and the hearts of all the people of Ukraine. We were united in our belief that we, the people, are the real force for change. I am proud to have contributed to these important events, which with the help of organizations like NDI, have positioned Ukraine to join the family of European democracies. Even in wartime, NDI is assisting Ukrainians to move closer to this goal by supporting reforms needed to join the EU and helping our political and civic partners to prepare for a post-war reconstruction effort that is fundamentally rooted in democratic values. Yes, we paid a very high price for our democratic aspirations, but now is the most critical moment when the fate of not only Ukrainian democracy, but the fate of the free world is being decided. Today, when our soldiers, civilians, and children die every day, the world's commitment to freedom is tested. We are thankful for the world's military and humanitarian aid and deeply, deeply grateful to the United States for standing by Ukraine in this most difficult time. But it's important that everyone understands Ukraine needs more support, primarily with weapons. We are still being bombed because we dare to want our freedom and the right to determine our future. I thank you for the warmth you are sharing with me in this room, but my heart is with my own son and the hundreds of thousands of sons and daughters of Ukraine who are in the battle with Putin's regime. They are not only defending our homeland, but defending the world from Russian tyranny. And I am so proud of their courage, bravery, and strength. My heart, thank you. Thank you. My heart also goes out to my family, colleagues, and friends who do not have electricity, heat, and water like millions of Ukrainians. But I want you to have no doubts that Russia's terrorist attacks will never break the will of Ukrainians and their resilience. Putin tries to bring us to our knees, but we will only kneel to pay tribute to our fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives for our freedom and independence. And then we will get back up and continue our fight, and we will win this war for Ukraine and for all who seek the freedom for democracy. And now, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And now it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce a man who embodies the strengths and that unbreakable spirit of the Ukrainian people, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Thank you, and Slava Ukraini!